Yeah. All right. So, hey guys, that's it. That's how we're doing. Feeling it. Get that little beat going on. It's too bad I would have a live band. That'd be great. But we don't. Gotta work with what we got. Gotta be who you gotta be. Who can you be but yourself? Who can you do and do the do? How can you do the do without being who you are? Who can you be except for other than yourself? It is exactly just that, my friends. It is something to behold, to be yourself. How can you be yourself? How can you keep going? How can you keep going in life except for to be true to yourself? You got to be true to yourself, and that's one thing you got to remember, my friends. But we can get divergent. We can don't feel like, oh man, I'm not being true to myself. I'm lying to myself. It's okay. It's okay to lie to yourself. You can fool yourself. Sometimes you need to trick. You got to trick your mind, because sometimes you think your mind needs to be tricked. Sometimes you need to be tricked into thinking something else just so that you can get to the right place. You got to trick the mind. It's crazy. It's crazy. It does different things. You got to sometimes fool it and trick it and be deceitful and disrespect your mind, your soul. Sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you got to fool yourself. By fooling yourself might recapture your system analysis that is then gets you back on the path. Because sometimes if you're trying to be true to yourself all the time and you stay true to yourself, I'm going to stay true to myself. My true calling. What is my true calling? What am I going to do then? Oh, well, then I'm not going to ever get divergent. I'm not going to question it. I'm not going to ever try to trick myself into thinking something, because I'm saying true. I want to be true. But what is true? That's the question. What is true? What can true be to you? How true do you think you really truly are to yourself? How do you know how true you are? How do you know? How can you possibly know? So that's why we got to fool ourselves. We got to trick ourselves to think about something else and to do something else. Sometimes you got to do it just like that. We got one call a day, my friend, one call a day. Sometimes you got to fool yourself. Don't try to fool me unless you want to try to fool yourself. And then maybe by fooling yourself, by fooling others, you might be truly what you're trying to possibly do, which is find out who you really are. Who are you? Who could you possibly be without the knowledge? One call a day, guy. One call a day. You already called.